Hello, I'm Councillor Phil Marks, the Mayor of the City of Belmont. I'd like to give you an update on some of the decisions made at this month's Ordinary Council meeting. After an extensive review process over several years, which included a 6-week public consultation period, the City's Consolidated Local Law 2020 was endorsed by Council. The Consolidated Local Law 2020 will replace a number of the City's existing local laws. Local laws govern activities on land that is owned or managed by the City, as well as certain activities conducted on private land within the City. These local laws have the status of legislation and are enforceable by the City. The City may authorise officers to enforce the local laws on its behalf. As part of the review, several environmental-related requests and recommendations have been addressed through various clauses in the local law, particularly related to plants, trees and verge treatments. Artificial turf is no longer permitted on verges due to its negative environmental impact due to high surface temperatures, and hard surface materials can only be installed on verges that have a greater than 12-metre wide frontage to allow sufficient space for street trees or very small verges with permission. However, allowable plant height has increased and raised garden beds can now be installed on verges subject to approval. All of these measures are consistent with the City's urban forest strategy and canopy plan, which aims to increase tree canopy cover and improve urban livability in our local neighbourhoods. Like the councillors, we know that our residents do not want to see shopping trolleys left abandoned on local streets. The new consolidated local laws provide increased penalties to shops should they fail to pick up trolleys after being notified by the City's rangers. In the local law, 2 new zones have been created to the north and south of Belmont Forum Shopping Centre. That within these 2 zones, shopping trolleys must be removed within 3 hours of notification. Outside of these zones, the current 24-hour notification and pick-up requirements still apply. With fines doubling and the introduction of stricter controls, it is hoped that shops and their contractors take greater responsibility for their property so that the blight of shopping trolleys on our streets stops. But don't forget, you can also do your part by reporting any abandoned trolleys via the Trolley Tracker or the Coles app. As part of changes, parking infringements are set to double, from $40 and $60 to $80 and $120 respectively. However, they remain one of the lowest in comparison to other metropolitan local governments. The new consolidated local law will come into force once it has been formally gazetted in the coming weeks, and updated information on the changes will be available on the City's website. Public information will be provided when the consolidated local law is in force and about its implementation. In other news, a record-breaking 5,000 people visited the City of Belmont's new community centre, Belmont Hub, in its first week of opening, and these figures continue to trend upwards as more and more people discover our amazing new building. In honour of Belmont Hub's opening, the City has worked on a number of initiatives to commemorate this special occasion. Every year, the City commissions a piece of art that becomes part of the Civic Art Collection, so it was only fitting that this year's artwork shows the City's very own Belmonsters building Belmont Hub. The artist is Cameron Aitkenhead, who is the illustrator of the City's 2 children's picture books about the Belmonsters. In the latest book, The Belmonster and the Bear, Rosita the Belmonster explores the many interesting spaces within Belmont Hub as she goes in search of Hamish the Bear, who makes his home in the Belmont Museum. The real Hamish the Bear, who can be dated back to the 1870s, has been carefully restored and is on display in the state-of-the-art Belmont Museum on the first floor of Belmont Hub. This artwork has also been used to create a jigsaw that every primary school student in the City of Belmont will receive to commemorate Belmont Hub's opening. For the past 2 weeks, my fellow councillors and I have been delivering these to students, and it has been a real delight to be able to gift these jigsaw puzzles and see the children's happy faces when they receive them. If you have not yet had time to visit Belmont Hub at 213 Wright Street, Cloverdale, come along and check out this amazing community facility. I'm so proud of Belmont Hub, and I hope that you are too. As always, to keep up to date with what's happening in our city, visit our website and our social media channels, including Facebook and Twitter. Thank you and stay safe.